Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. I am so incredibly thrilled you're tuning in. Today, we're going to talk about something that touches every single one of us, every single day. But honestly, we almost completely take its power for granted. We're talking about your bedroom. Think about it. It's the very last place you see before you close your eyes and the very first place you see when you wake up. It's supposed to be the one spot in the entire world that truly reflects who you are. It's your secret hideaway to recharge after dealing with the endless hustle of work and life. So, let's dive right in and explore how transforming your physical space can directly, and I mean dramatically, transform your mental state.
I want you to pause for a second and really ask yourself, does your bedroom actually feel like a sanctuary right now? Or is it kind of just a storage unit for stress? You know the feeling. You come home absolutely exhausted, and suddenly the room that's supposed to be your ultimate safe haven is actually draining whatever energy you have left. Look, we have all been there. It is so easy to just leave our rooms exactly as they are when we're wiped out, but over time, that space slowly morphs into a stress trap instead of a place of rest.
To help fix this, here's our game plan for today's Explainer. 1. The impact of a cluttered room. 2. The psychology of space. 3. First steps, sorting and shifting. 4. Adding personal details and nature's touch. 5. Building atmosphere with light and scent. And finally, 6. The room as self-reflection.
All right, kicking things off with Section 1, the impact of a cluttered room.
There's this really fascinating concept known as unnoticed burnout triggers. You know that infamous bedroom chair, the one completely buried under a mountain of laundry? Or maybe a desk that you can't even put a laptop on anymore because it's covered in just random stuff? Or even walls that are totally bare and empty. These seem like harmless little things, right? But day by day, they quietly strip the comfort away from your space. They create this lingering sense of burnout, even if you don't actively realize it's happening. The room that should be your coziest retreat suddenly feels uninspiring, chaotic, and just unsettling.
Moving right along to Section 2, the psychology of space.
This comparison, right here, perfectly illustrates what we're talking about. The research on this is absolutely wild. It consistently shows that the environment where we rest has a massive, measurable impact on our emotional stability. On the left side, a messy, dark, or overly cluttered room can literally worsen your mood and trigger stress, and you might not even know why you're feeling stressed. But on the flip side, a space that is tidy, bright, and deliberate actively forces those stress levels down. A neatly organized room doesn't just help you sleep better tonight, it directly boosts your productivity for tomorrow.
I absolutely love this quote from our source material. A comfortable room can speak without a sound. Really let that sink in for a second. Softly colored walls can literally feel like they're giving you a warm hug when you're exhausted. The dim, gentle glow of a lamp gives you this deep sense of tranquility. Even a simple DIY decoration you made yourself brings a tiny, quiet spark of pride. All of these elements work together, totally silently, to build a peaceful inner state.
So how do we actually get there? Well, here is our exact 6-step roadmap to help you reclaim your space. We're going to sort, rearrange, get creative with some DIY, add mini plants, fix the lighting, and bring in natural scents. Now, there is no strict rulebook here because, hey, everybody has different tastes. But these 6 pillars, these are the foundation to making your room finally speak to you in a positive way.
Which brings us to Section 3, first steps, sort and shift.
Listen, if you're feeling completely unmotivated or overwhelmed in life, starting right here is a powerful symbolic way to regain control. And it all begins with the golden rule of sorting. It is shocking how many useless items pile up around us without us noticing. So you have to be ruthless and sort things into 3 piles. Keep what you actually use, donate what you can, and throw away the rest. Clearing out physical space practically subtracts from your mental burden. When your room can finally breathe, I promise you, your mood is going to feel instantly lighter too.
Once you've finally cleared that clutter, it's time to shift things around. And let me be clear, you do not need to buy new furniture to do this. Just try moving your bed or your desk to give yourself a fresh perspective. And here is a totally free pro tip. If you can, slide your bed closer to a window. Morning sunlight naturally boosts your serotonin levels, which literally triggers feelings of happiness in your brain. Just adding a small nightstand for a book paired with a fresh layout, it creates this incredible illusion that you're suddenly living in a brand new room.
Let's dive into Section 4, personal details and nature's touch. Okay, the heavy lifting is done. Now let's talk about bringing life and personality back into the space, completely on a budget. Wall decor is by far the easiest way to change a room's vibe. You can use really simple, tactile materials for this. For example, grab some recycled brown wrapping paper, write out your favorite quotes, and hang them up asymmetrically. Or try creating a photo grid using just a piece of hemp rope and some wooden pegs to hang up photos of your favorite memories. These little DIY projects inject a super warm, personal touch and give you a real sense of pride in your environment.
Next up, we have to bring a little bit of the outdoors inside. Urban gardening is trending huge indoors right now. And it's not just because green leaves look nice on a shelf, though they definitely do. It's actually about the incredible practical benefits. Plants physically filter the air in your resting space, which has an incredibly soothing biological effect on your mind.
And hey, you don't need to turn your bedroom into a jungle. The magic number here is literally just 1 or 2. That is the sweet spot. Just grabbing a single snake plant, or a pothos, and popping it on your windowsill makes a night and day difference. That pop of natural green is just fundamentally calming to the human brain.
Moving to Section 5, building atmosphere with light and scent. So visually, the room is looking great. Now let's tackle the sensory elements. This is how we build the real atmosphere. Soft lighting at night is an absolute must for relaxing. If you're on a $0 budget, go dig out some old string lights and drape them over your headboard or a mirror. That soft, dim glow instantly shifts the room from harsh daytime feel to a peaceful, cozy cave, which perfectly primes your brain for sleep. And if you do have a few bucks to spare, upgrading to warm LED lights is a tiny investment that pays off big time for your nightly mood.
And we absolutely cannot forget about scent. Smell is so deeply tied to comfort. You don't need to go buy a fancy $30 candle. Try this. Grab a pot, add some water, toss in a little cinnamon and a couple lime slices, and boil it on the stove for a minute. Then just carefully place that open container in your room. That soft, sweet smell of cinnamon and lime is going to drift through the air, and it is incredibly calming.
Finally, Section 6, the room as self-reflection.
This brings us to the core message of today's entire explainer. Reorganizing your room, it's really not just an exercise in interior design. It is a vital journey to check back in with yourself. When you're putting away items, wiping down your desk, or hanging up a picture, you're actually engaging in this beautiful micro-narrative. You're unconsciously sorting out and settling your own internal emotional state. Creating an intentional, cared-for space gives you a reason to pause, take a deep breath, and remember that you deserve peace.
So, I'm going to leave you with this one question to chew on. When you walk into your bedroom later today, what small thing will you change tonight to start reclaiming your peace of mind? Are you finally going to clear off that chair, maybe shift your bed to catch tomorrow's morning sun, or just boil some cinnamon and lime? Whatever it is, take that very first step. Your future self is going to thank you for it. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and I'll see you all next time.